This is kind of where our journey starts. We're back here in the pit house, and so we've got our pits lined up back here. You can see we got our wood pile back here. We have wood delivered every week, and so it's all hickory. We're loading it in the pits. We got the rotisserie pits that we use, and then we'll go inside. I'll show you the pits and show you some of the stuff we're cooking right now for a party tonight. I'm a native Nashvilleian, and we're a 100% family-owned and operated business. You really don't get much more Nashville than Peg Leg. We have a strong restaurant community in this town. We have a strong barbecue community in this town, and so we're friends with the other people in the barbecue industry here in town. We like to all keep it upbeat and not be too serious. You know, we're not curing cancer here. It's just barbecue. We're feeding people. These are our Ole Hickory Pits, which we run. These pretty much are running 24/7. So at night, we're cooking butts overnight. On these are rotisserie pits. They're wood-fired pits. The body of them's outside. They face into the kitchen here, which makes it real convenient. But they cook very even, and we'll get to see some product here. Well, this one doesn't have anything in it. Sorry. You know, we've got a couple of different processes when we're preparing our barbecue. With our dry ribs, we're going to cook those at about 250 for about 3.5 to 4 hours. We're going to slow smoke them with hickory smoke. We just salt them before we put them on, that's it. And then we finish them with a barbecue seasoning after they come off the pit and right before they hit your plate. On butts, we're going to cook those a little bit lower and slower. We're going to cook those at about 220 degrees, in between 200 and 220, depending on how much time we have. We want to cook those for a total of 16 to 18 hours, but what you're really looking for is you want to have an internal temperature on that barbecue of between 192 and 195. And what that does is that ensures that it's going to pull. You've broken away all the connective tissue, all the sinew, and you've rendered down the fat. And that's what makes it pulled pork, because it's able to just pull apart instead of having to be sliced or chopped. Go into my drawer, I'm going to pull my pork. A nice portion of pork on there. Like I said, we want some bark in every bite. So we're going to make sure that we get that bark on that sandwich. Bark's where all the flavor is. That's what you want. So what we try and do is when we use butts so that we have more bark coverage. And then what we want to do is when we pull that butt, we want to get a little bit of bark and make sure that it's in every sandwich and it's in every bowl or every tray. Now I'm going to hit that with sauce. Our barbecue seasoning is a blend of about 16 spices. It's a secret one. I came up with it in my kitchen one day. But that dry seasoning is the basis for all of our other recipes. So you're going to find our dry seasoning in almost every dish that we have here in the restaurant. It's going to be in the barbecue sauces. It's going to be even in the white sauce. And then it's a key component in like our baked beans. We took that special recipe of our barbecue seasoning and we incorporated that into all of the other aspects of the restaurant. And so we just kind of built on that with layers. And that's what gives it a signature flavor and taste. Got a beautiful rib right there. Goes across that plate. Doesn't get any more sexy than that right there. Bam! What we're doing here is the girls will be, we generally have one person on sides, and they're going to dish out all the sides. And then we have somebody on the meat station. They're going to be pulling out the meat, either ribs or pulled pork or building sandwiches or nachos. So the ribs are smoked. We pull them out. They're kind of moist. When we pull them out of our food service film, which is how we hold them, and then we're going to hit it with our dry season. That's the signature of a peg leg porker rib, is that it's we don't pre-rub it. We cook it with nothing but salt, and we smoke it with hickory, and then we don't season it until after it comes off the pit and right before it hits your plate. And that's what makes it a real West Tennessee dry rib, is that it uses a barbecue seasoning after it comes off the pit, rather than before it goes on the pit. We have a split on favorite dishes between pulled pork sandwich and our dry ribs. It's about 50-50, so I can't really say which one's better. And then we've got our people who love our yard bird. They come in and they don't order anything other than that yard bird. They get it every single time. Roll that beautiful bean footage. I've tried to get them to order some ribs or a barbecue sandwich, but once they have that yard bird, they don't go to anything else. We got our Kool-Aid pickles. And what this is, that's a dill pickle spear that's been steeped and soaked in tropical punch Kool-Aid for a week. And that's a Mississippi Delta thing. And we brought it here to Nashville. We're the only one in Nashville serving Kool-Aid pickles. They're delicious. Add a little bit of sour, a little bit of sweet. Always a delicious treat. My recommendation to any first-time visitors for Peg Leg Porker is just kind of take it all in. Your experience needs to be great food, but you also want to enjoy the atmosphere around here. Okay, this is our private event area. So this is called the Bourbon Room. Here moving forward, we've got the EL Bruce Room. Outside on the patio, we have what we call the pig pen. So what's nice about this space is we've got this divider here. So if you have a smaller group, we can put you in the Bourbon Room, then we can put another group up here in the EL Bruce Room, or you can rent both the spaces, and then also the patio, the pig pen, you can rent it as well. So you could have a total of 3 spaces if you have a larger group. You can see up here, we've got our disco pig, and I had a good friend, Tim, make that for me. He custom made it. He did all the decorations in a lot of the downtown bars. This is our upstairs bar, mainly for private events. All of our taps are all local. I think we probably have something like 26 taps total in the restaurant that are all dedicated to local beers. That's been a big hit. We always have people coming in and asking us about the local breweries, and that's what we have here. When I opened this restaurant, most of the barbecue restaurants in Nashville were barnwood and tin and played a lot of country music, and Peg Leg has a very distinctive different feel, more of a West Tennessee or a Memphis feel. Cinder block, concrete floor, and blues and soul. And so it's a different vibe, and that's something that we really wanted to make sure that people felt. A lot of people think this restaurant's been here for 30 years, and it's only been open for 10. And that wasn't because we tried to do anything with the design to make it seem like it was old. It was just the style that we used, and that's been successful for us and something that we relish in and we enjoy. Well, we're sitting up here at the upstairs bar in the EL Bruce Room. Outside we have the pig pen, which looks out over the railroad tracks and the cannery. It's great. I'm sitting here with a bottle of Peg Leg Porker Bourbon. This is our white label. This is a 4 to 6 year old bourbon, distilled and aged here in Tennessee. I developed a unique process where we debarrel our bourbon and run it through hickory charcoal before we bottle it. And so it's different than the Lincoln County process for Tennessee whiskey. In that process, you run it through sugar maple charcoal before it goes in the barrel. What we do is we age the bourbon and then we pull it out of the barrel and we run it through hickory charcoal to finish it. This bottle right here and this white label just won World's Best Bourbon at the Tasting Alliance World Spirits Awards. So the Tasting Alliance does San Francisco World Spirits, New York World Spirits, Singapore World Spirits. We won double gold at all 3 of those events, along with the SIP Awards. And then they took the winners of the top in each category and they pitted us against each other. And we won the top category in Singapore. So they put us up against 15 Stars and up against Frank August, who were the winners of San Francisco and of New York. 3 of us went head to head. Peg Leg came out on top and was named World's Best Bourbon in the first ever Tasting Alliance World Spirits Awards. So that was a big honor for us, huge for the brand. We're real proud of this. We've been doing it for about 9 years, and finally those years of hard work have started to pay off. Some of the things that you'll see from Peg Leg Porker in the upcoming future is we're going to be opening our tasting and blending and bottling facility for our bourbon. We've got a new deal that we're about to put our sauces and rubs out in the retail sector, which we've never done before. We sell them here and we sell them online, but now we're going to be putting them out in grocery stores nationwide. So that's exciting. We're just trying to manage our growth. You'll see us go into more states with our bourbon. So right now we're in 11 states and in the UK. Next year we'll probably expand to about 5 more states, and then after that maybe about 10 more. What we've done really to make sure that we embrace the restaurant community and the Nashville community is, during the tornado and the pandemic, we worked with Operation Barbecue Relief. We fed 35,000 people over a span of 2 weeks for free. And so anytime we get a chance to give back, we do that. We donate heavily to Room in the Inn, who are our neighbors right down here. that help homeless men get back on their feet and teach them job skills. And then we stay active in politics. Peg Leg is about not only the barbecue community, but about the Nashville restaurant community and about our community as a whole. I feel strongly about it since I was born and raised here. And as an independent and family-owned and operated business, we try and preserve that culture here in the city. And sometimes that's tougher and tougher to do, but we advocate every chance that we get for small businesses, not just ours, but for others in the community. If somebody Googles Peg Leg Porker, what I want them to come up with is the fact that it's a place to get a great meal, but also have a great experience. I want them to really feel like they're part of our family. We're family owned and operated. We have several families that work together here at the restaurant, and we want our customers to feel like they're part of our family, because in the end, they really are. We're one big community here in Nashville, and we want everybody to feel like they're a part of that.